Make sure you explain it to the tenant, and of course, as your lawyer, I'm going to tell you, get it in writing. Get something in writing. So what if the applicant is denied after the background check is completed? So if you've collected this reservation fee, you have a good, solid reservation fee agreement, you've had them sign so they understand before they give you the money what it is they're paying it for. What if they're approved but they change their mind? So you approve them, you vet them, they've paid this reservation fee. What happens if they change their mind and say, I'm not signing a lease. I've changed my mind. I found something better. It's cheaper. I'm not doing it. Are you going to refund the reservation fee? What do you think? You can do whatever you want to do, right? As long as it's clear to them what's going to happen, right? Okay. What if their lease terms are unacceptable? I've had clients who have been vetted. They think they're going to sign a lease that says one thing, but then ultimately the lease that they see, they say, oh, wait a minute. I didn't know the lease was going to have that term in it. I won't sign that lease. So now you've vetted the tenant, you've accepted these trust monies, and they're balking at the lease. Are they allowed to balk at the lease? And if they balk at the lease, do they get their money back? You can have it any way you want it. You could have a contingency where here is the lease. If you balk at any reasonable lease that we present to you, we keep the money. It's up to you. Is the reservation fee applicable to the money due under the lease? So kind of like where you're going or considering going. Are we going to apply it to the money under the lease? You can do that, and most of my clients do actually say, if you've paid these advance fees, we're going to go ahead and apply them to either rent or security deposits. So do any of you do this with reservation fees or advance fees? Apply them to rent or security deposit?
Yes.
Yes. And so do you apply them to the rent or the security deposit? Does it matter?
We have a form that says it's applied to the security deposit.
Okay, so free legal advice for today. Quit it. Quit it. And it's kind of it's a technicality, but the Attorney General has basically said that to collect security deposit in advance of the lease is a violation of public policy. Okay? And so if you magically change some advance fees that you collected prior to the lease into a security deposit, technically it could be seen as a violation of the security deposit position from the Attorney General's office. So you can say we're going to apply them to monies owed, but I would prefer that you say that we're going to apply them to any rents that are going to be due instead of the security deposit. And I think it's a very frequent thing. I think folks don't understand this technical public policy, and you're in good company. And so I'm out there ringing the bell and saying, from this point forward, apply it to rents that are due. All right, and where should the answers to all of these questions be found? Online. The hotline. Actually, I just want you to make sure you have a writing. Have something in writing that you can slide in front of the Real Estate Commission, that you can slide in front of a judge or magistrate to say, hey, here's how we're proceeding. This is what this tenant agreed to. This is what this applicant agreed to. Okay? As to your owner, who gets to keep these fees? Who gets to keep these fees? Are you like my client, grabbing the cash and running it over to the landlord? No. If you're collecting a check and you're running the check over to the landlord, is that okay? No. If you're depositing the money into your trust account and then writing them a check, is that okay? Sure. So make sure that you have your processes and procedures in place so you're handling it properly.